Welcome to Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. This podcast delivers insights on what makes businesses, teams, and people successful based on real-life business experiences. Following a career with America's largest associations, JP Murray founded the Murray Company, one of Washington, D.C.'s most successful consulting firms. The company was acquired successfully and enabled him to launch JP Murray Racing, a business development and sponsorship agency for auto racing teams. Here is JP.
Welcome to this new episode. Today I want to tell a story about two very simple business concepts. And they're so basic, I'm certain that you know them. But if you master these qualities, folks, you're going to be a savage. And the competition's going to be scratching their head, wondering why you won again. It's about all-in attitude, and it's about showing up. You know, at the Murray Company, when I founded it, we conducted a valuable exercise as a team. It was identifying words or phrases that we could rally around. These were our values. One of those values was all in. That was a phrase. Our other values were collaboration, entrepreneurism, integrity, and all in. We discussed these at many of our staff meetings. We provided feedback, examples of where people demonstrated these values, and I believe every single person was on board. But let me tell you, the value of all in, whether you're a solopreneur or you lead a team, if you're all in, these things are going to happen. Number one, you're more likely to achieve goals. We tend to be more focused and driven towards achieving things. The work and the effort required to make our dreams a reality is in place if we're all in. If we're all in, we have what else? Continuous development. All in will keep you constantly striving to improve ourselves, your situation. In other words, we can just continue to get better. The mindset is crucial. Not interested in improving? Well, you're probably not all in. All in will keep you finding new solutions and ideas and constantly getting better. Number three, all in will enable you to stay motivated. We tend to stay motivated and put in the reps that you need. If you're a motivated person, you're going to perform the activity. Able to create and overcome discouragement and setbacks and obstacles because you believe and understand this is all part of the journey, and that's a part of the all-in mindset. If it isn't easy, but we are all in, we have no choice and no turning back. So we stay motivated, we're improving, we're achieving goals as a result of all these things put together. And finally, if you're all in, you create meaningful relationships. Here's what I mean. When we are fully committed to our goals and values, we attract like-minded people into our lives. That was so important. When we had our discussion about developing the values, we all agreed to them. They weren't mine. They weren't mine. They weren't somebody else's, and we would just push them down to everybody else. These were developed together, and we needed those values together to keep moving forward. So when you're fully committed, you're going to get people that are on the same page, if you will. That's an overused term, but it sure is important. This has a compounding, scaled tenacity that strong teams all have. Relationships will get stronger as you're all in. People pulling on the same end of the rope build better, and you're going to need them to remain focused, motivated when we overcome these challenges. So that team dynamic of having an all-in perspective and all-in values is certainly something that I would advocate for. The biggest challenge to all this is finding what you as a team can be all in for. And that is really freedom and power and inspiration that comes from that. That discussion will be one of the best that you ever had. The other thing I want to chat about today is I never thought content on actually showing up for your relationships, your work, would be a thing, but it is. The power of simply being present. Effective people are present every day. They RSVP and actually pick up the name badge at the event. They show up. They schedule a meeting. They don't cancel that meeting. Here's the small but important benefit of showing up. One, it builds trust. You gain commitment from others with the same values because they're showing up too. Isn't it great to work with people that do what they say are dependable and show up? Finally, and most important, is you will get opportunities. I remember this story. When I was a sophomore football player, I really wasn't getting to play much. And, frankly, I was the smallest guy on the team, and I don't blame him. But there was one point I was always showing up. I came to every practice, and during a game, I stood right by the coach, trying to get eye contact and putting me in. Well, one time, he got kind of mad, and he just kind of reached back, and he saw me, and we met eyes, and he pulled me into the game. I don't think I ever gave up the spot. I had an opportunity right there to light somebody up. So if you're present and you're there, you will get opportunities. So you build trust, you're going to gain commitment from others that have the same values, and showing up in person or virtually, I guarantee you good things will happen. All in attitude, showing up. Who's going to argue with that? But let's do it intentionally and plan it. And I tell you what, if that becomes a part of your business DNA, you're more likely to be successful for sure. Hey, I hope this content was helpful for you. I've got a call to action today. Can you share it with somebody? Can you retweet it? If you're not a subscriber and you just happen to be listening from a device somewhere, can you subscribe to the podcast? And man, if you really like it, give me a review. I cannot wait to chat next week on the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. If you would like to sponsor Push to Pass, send an email to jp@jpmurray.com. Follow JP on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. His website is jpmurray.com. Until next time, push yourself to pass the competition. Thanks for listening.